creatures of the night. It's your girl Tati. Let's talk about Dynamite. We had an interesting episode. We started off with Uncle Adam Copeland in the back of an ambulance truck, obviously letting us know that he has some unfinished business with the Death Riders. So we'll get into that in a moment. After this, we see MJF. He is getting a tattoo removed, that AEW tattoo removed. We don't actually get a chance to see it being removed. The person who's doing it looks like there's no tattoo there, but they're showing the back of his leg. And from what I remembered, that tattoo was like on the ankle, but on the side of his leg, whatever the situation is. And he's talking shit about Hangman. Now, here we have Hangman, who pulled up in some cute little truck. To be honest with you, it's cute. I don't know what it is, but it's cute. He came on out there. He had like the longhorns, the cow longhorn thing on the front of the truck. It was cute. Comes on out there, makes his way directly to the ring where we have Aaron Solo, who's already there, waiting to get his ass whooped in a squash match. Hangman is upset. He comes on out there, beats up Aaron Solo in like 2 seconds, and ends up taking the win, brings a chair, puts it into the ring. And when I tell you, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Hangman took that shirt off. And he's been at the gym. He's been at the gym. The ladies, we are definitely enjoying the view with what we're seeing with Hangman as of late. So we do appreciate that. Now, he's obviously cutting his little promo thing on MJF. Then MJF interrupts and he comes on out there and he is wearing like a purple suit with a black shirt. Oh my God, the Burberry scarf and everything. Oh my God, lovely, lovely. Long story short, he came on out there with a bloody towel in his hand, basically saying that, you know, you over here worried about whooping my ass. Maybe you should be worried about your friends back there. And then they cut to fucking Christopher Daniels back there, all blooded up. His forehead is busted open, blood all over his shirt and everywhere. And I'm just like, holy shit, like, what the fuck? Cameraman is just making sure he got the footage instead of helping or calling for help. And Hangman is obviously really concerned about what's going on, and he goes back there to go check up on Christopher Daniels. And when he's just about there is when people are actually coming to check on him and making sure he's alright and everything. Y'all already know Christopher Daniels is okay, and nothing else happens between MJF and Hangman, which was really interesting. So that's all we got a chance to see with them two. Now, I do think that we are definitely getting a really great storyline between the two of them. Maybe it might seem to be happening a little slow, but I do feel like this is going to be something really, really big between these two, and I can't wait to see where it goes. Now, before we have our first match, we do have Uncle Don and Kyle Fletcher. They way over there in some VIP section bar watching the show because we're going to have Brian Keith versus William Ospreay first match. They end up actually showing something that happened backstage with Chris Jericho with Uncle Don and Mark Davis. And I don't know, maybe they're coming together for something or whatever situation is. There's obviously a bounty on William. So we do have that match going on with Brian Keith versus Will Ospreay. And can I just say, while this match is really, really great, I am actually loving the fact that we're not getting like the bad apple Brian Keith. You're seeing the bounty hunter Brian Keith, which people have always loved him for. So even though he's stuck in that Jericho vortex, you're still getting a chance to see what Brian Keith has been loved to be prior to coming to AEW. It's not turned up all the way, Brian Keith, but we're getting more and more to that bounty hunter gimmick, which I do appreciate. Part of me, maybe being biased because Black History Month, I don't know, or maybe because I'm sick and tired of William winning every motherfucking thing, William ends up taking the win. I really did want for Brian to win. That would have been a big win for him, but obviously they're not going to do that. Everything that William Ospreay touches is fucking gold, and honestly, I'm a little annoyed with that. Throughout the match, we do have Uncle Don and Kyle Fletcher who are watching from a little VIP section up there. And I thought it was a nice little touch. Kyle Fletcher looked like $1,000,000. Except for them cheap little $3 sunglasses he was wearing. He looks like $1,000,000. after the match, William actually go up there into the crowd to go and fight with Kyle, and they meet up pretty much halfway and they're fighting. All the security guards who are actually doing something and not being useless actually ends up keeping these guys away from each other. And honestly, the fact that this is going to be in a steel cage match makes this feels really, really good, despite it being a match that I feel like we've seen them in variations of matches quite a bit in the past few months. But the steel cage actually makes things feel a little bit more fresh between the two of them, hoping Kai Fletcher takes that win during the pay-per-view. After this, we have Mercedes Moné, who is cutting a promo on Momo. Momo has chosen to go against our CEO for the TBS title since she won the International Cup back in January at Wrestle Dynasty. Now, here is, for some reason, we get a little bit of an altercation here with our CEO and Billy Starks. Billy Starks is, I guess, the protege or fucking shadow of Athena. And we do have Mercedes, who throws a cup of water into her face. Now everybody's just like, oh shit, we're gearing for finally Athena versus Mercedes. That could be the situation. But if you do watch Ring of Honor, you know that Athena don't give a shit about Billy Starks. She probably won't even care, and probably end up throwing her own damn cup of water on Billy. Long story short, while we have Billy and Mercedes talking, here comes Momo from behind with a baseball bat, the same bat she used to defeat Athena to take the win at the International Cup. And fortunately, CEO moves out of harm's way just in time and ends up scurrying away. And Momo basically says that she wants to go against CEO. CEO accidentally drops the TBS title. Momo raises it, and she's coming for her. Now, after this, which was really surprising, after looking at the card, I didn't remember this match was actually going to happen. Well, at least today. Thought maybe on Collision. The Murder Machine, which is Brian Cage, Lance Archer, they're not doing anything else anyway, versus the Outrunners. Winner of that match will face the Hurt Syndicate at Revolution. And to be honest, I didn't pay attention to this match as much as I probably should have, because honestly, I like the Outrunners, but I just didn't care. And surprise, surprise, we hear right towards the end of the match the music of Hurt Syndicate, and that is a distraction to both the Murder Machines. And this was a bigger distraction for Lance, who was the legal guy in the match. So he kind of takes his eyes off the prize, which is Turbo, and ends up fucking paying attention to see if Hurt Syndicate is going to come out. And then with the most devastating move in pro wrestling, Turbo ends up taking the win with a roll-up. And finally, Tony Khan did something that surprised every motherfucking body. Very surprising to see that. Am I interested in seeing Outrunners versus Hurt Syndicate? No, but we'll see what ended up happening with Lance Archer and Brian Cage. Maybe that would have been the better match. But let me not count out the Outrunners. They'll probably give us a decent match with the Hurt Syndicate. Now after this, we have interesting developments with Swerve and Prince Nana, who comes out looking like he looks like he took fabric from a couch from the fucking 60s or 70s and just said, here, just make a suit out of this shit. Comes on out there, and Prince Nana has his own little contract or something, a little money in a clipboard thing, whatever that is. And they're talking about Ricochet. Ricochet come on out. He's wearing the jacket again. And he's also wearing a, I don't know, Super Bowl winner hat from the Philadelphia or whoever ones that won this year. And then, long story short, Prince Nana says, hey, I got an offer that you can't refuse. I talked to Tony Khan. You and Swerve can have a rematch at Revolution. Winner of that match will go on to be the #1 contender for the AEW World Championship. And I'm not gonna lie, that caught me by surprise. I was like, well, where the hell this is coming from? How does either one of these guys just have a match and they qualify for something like that? Honestly, I don't know. That's the deal that Tony Khan did with Prince Nana. Prince Nana must be a hell of a negotiator. Now, obviously, Ricochet is saying that he's going to end up taking the win. And when Ricochet ends up leaving, here is Prince Nana, who turned to Swerve, and he says, Swerve, I want the old Swerve back. I want you to get my fucking jacket back. I want the dangerous man alive Swerve back. And if you can't beat Ricochet at Revolution, then I don't think that this thing between us can go on. This is him saying this after Swerve has just said some positive things about Prince Nana. I know a lot of people are assuming that we'll probably end up seeing Prince Nana, turn on Swerve. I don't know if that's the case. If he does, I don't know if that would be best case scenario, because I really do like these two together. And if it ain't broke, then leave it alone type of situation. But it's gonna be interesting to see what ends up happening here. Or are we gonna get the Swerve that fucking had that feud with Heyman? We're gonna get that back, or Swerve, who just seems to be somewhat complacent at this point. So we'll end up seeing what happens with that. It's official for Revolution, and at this point, Revolution is giving me nothing but rematches, and not totally hyped about it, but we'll get some good stuff out of it. After this, MJF has already gone. Hangman come on out there with no shirt on. Lord have mercy, he's looking for MJF, and ends up hopping into that truck. When I tell you, Hangman looking good. I can't stop staring. He looks really, really great. Whatever, we're moving on. The Kingdom, the Undisputed Kingdom, obviously without the Kingdom, which is Matt Taven and Mike Bennett. They come on out there to have trios action with fucking Daniel Garcia, who is TNT champion and not doing a damn thing with that title. He's teaming up with FTR. Where the fuck has FTR been all this time for him to just pull up out of the blue and just start teaming with Daniel Garcia? I don't know. I didn't care for this as much as I probably should have. But here we have, these guys doing these trios things once again. And honestly, this was all to set up for Daniel Garcia to have a match with Adam Cole after the Undisputed Kingdom ends up taking the motherfucking win. For Adam Cole ends up pinning Daniel Garcia. Daniel is looking shocked. Everybody's just looking surprised or whatnot. And you know what, honestly, the TNT title, there should be something going on with that. And instead, we're just getting him going through everybody through that faction. And honestly, I don't really care. Now, here's what happened after this. After this, we have Adam Copeland, who is stalking Claudio Castagnoli backstage. For what reason? I don't know. I should have called the cops. He's stalking him as he's walking back there. And he attacks Claudio, brings it on out into the crowd, gets on out there, and before they even make it to the ring, Wheeler Yuta, who was always standing on business, came on out there to help Claudio. So now it's just the two of them pretty much beating up on Adam Copeland. Yes, Marina comes on out there, and here comes Jay White wearing a t-shirt and a jacket when he could be wearing nothing, who comes on out there to help. Now, at some point, Marina is holding on to Adam. And here is Wheeler Yuta, who's supposed to be hitting a Busaiku knee onto Uncle Adam. Uncle Adam, instead of just being a gentleman and just take it, he moves out the way so that the Busaiku knee ends up being done on Marina. What man will do that? What gentleman will do that? Now, Marina laid up over there. And at this point, Wheeler Yuta is shocked. They end up attacking Wheeler. Wheeler kinds of make it out of harm's way. They end up giving Claudio Concerto. He's out. They even went... Adam Copeland holding the chair to give our girl Marina a concerto. But then, I'm just like, he wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that to a lady. So then here comes Will Nightingale, music hitting. She comes out and does it for him. And I'm just like, oh, so that's what we're doing? All this while Moxley is in the crowd with his hands up in the air, just all concerned about everybody in the group being taken out. Well, Wheeler Yuta didn't really get taken out like everybody else. So I'm assuming that Adam will probably go for Wheeler Yuta next week. I don't know. And that's how that ends up happening. I like Death Rider, so maybe I'm a little biased about it, but I thought, okay, this is something a little different from what they were doing before. They even end up showing when they end up taking them out with the ambulance that Adam had at the beginning of the show. So those people are out. I'm not 100% sure about Wheeler Yuta. We still got one more week before the pay-per-view. So maybe Adam might get his hands on Wheeler Yuta, and then from there is just going to be everyone else from that group pretty much out from these attacks, and then he'll get his hands on Moxley one-on-one with no one interrupting at that point. And you know what? I'm not mad at it. We'll see if Adam Copeland ends up taking the title then. After this, I was very upset. Harley Cameron, we love you. You're cool. But she went against Deonna Purrazzo and beat Deonna Purrazzo. Deonna Purrazzo, the virtuosa Deonna Purrazzo. I was really trying not to have a rant about it on the live stream, but Harley, this is Harley's second win, and you're beating Deonna Purrazzo. She's already beaten Taya Valkyrie. Both of these ladies are in the Vendettas. I don't know what they're doing with that group, but they both take a win, an L from Harley. Harley, if y'all know what Deonna is that girl in the ring, and for Harley to beat her, I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I was not expecting it. You know, you win some, you lose some. But Deonna has been losing for God knows how long. Since she's had this group, nothing special has come out of it, unfortunately. And I don't know what we're going to do. Taya Valkyrie, she's going to be going to Mexico. I think, if it's not this weekend, maybe next week. And Deonna is also going to be going to, she's going to the UK. So these girls are going to be gone for a little bit. And I think that's it with the group. And honestly, they never really gave a try. I'm not talking about a girl. I'm talking about AEW never truly given this group a motherfucking try. You could have had a tag team. You could have had an actual female faction in AEW, and y'all fumbled the damn thing. I get it. Y'all want to, you know, y'all want to build up Harley Cameron, but damn, at this point, that right there, wrong motherfucking choice. Deonna Purrazzo. If this was not a match where it was predetermined, Deonna Purrazzo would have Harley Cameron crying in less than a minute, and that is the truth. Main event, Takeshita. He comes on now with Uncle Don. Uncle Don, the tanning people came through with that tan. And Mark Davis. He goes against Orange Cassidy. The international title is on the line. Winner of that match gets the opportunity to face Kenneth Omega at Revolution. Do y'all hear that? Do y'all hear that? Now, the match, I'm not gonna lie. They told up. Y'all know I cannot stand Orange Cassidy, but they tore it up. And I kept saying the whole time, oh man, we're not even worried about Takeshita. He got this. Like, there's no reason for him to lose. It won't happen. But I'm not gonna lie. Orange Cassidy, he got me. Orange Cassidy had me clutching on my pearls. I was just like, oh my God, this is it. This is it. He about to lose the title. I'm not even gonna lie. I felt that way for a quick second. And it just seems like everybody on the chats and on the panel, everybody seems to be, the match was very intense. And I like that. I like that. It was one of those situations where it's just like, no, the champion's not losing. But then last second, they get you to believe that this can actually go somewhere. And I thought that was great. We haven't seen Orange Cassidy bitch ass in months. He came back last week. And honestly, I think he did an amazing job here with Takeshita. They even, he even put Takeshita through, well, tried to put Takeshita through the announce table. The announce table said, y'all don't pay me enough. Y'all don't pay me enough for me to be broken. I don't think so. So the table didn't go nowhere. But this match was so great. And I think it really also proved why Takeshita should be still holding this title. Takeshita ends up taking away. It was beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. When I think of main events, shit like that is what I think of that I want to see for a main event. The show is great. There was some good stuff. The women's thing, I'm just so disappointed with what's going on with the women's division, to be honest with you. All around, it just seems like I don't feel like everybody's putting their brain cells together to give the women's division the best that it could possibly be. And unfortunately, Tony Khan, I think we got to do so much more. This is more than just, just trying to keep it up with Harley Cameron. We could have used another wrestler for Harley Cameron to go against to win. But the Vendettas, Taya Valkyrie, that shit would never happen in real life. Harley Cameron would never beat Taya Valkyrie for real. Would never beat Deonna Purrazzo for real. And I do feel like even the fans know that this is something that would never truly happen. Congratulations, Harley, you won. But honestly, Tony Khan, we need to fix the women's division. Fix it. Start from scratch if we have to. Because honestly, I'm not feeling it. Other than that, Death Rider's thing, It's getting annoying, but we'll see whatever happens at the pay-per-view. A lot of rematches for Revolution, but y'all already know this roster is going to tear up that pay-per-view and give us a really good show. Guys, let me know what you thought about the show down below in the comment section. Next week, the go home episode, so things definitely need to pick up. Tony Khan, if y'all want people to get a little pay-per-view, well, honestly, I don't think anybody has to pay for it. If you have Max, I think it might be part of the subscription. We still haven't even got a confirmation on that, and we are less than we're like 10 days away. We got to get together. Thank you guys for watching my review. I will be back tomorrow with a review on Ring of Honor. See you guys then. Bye. Bye.